check this out. This is the same scenario that I like to price all the time. My 30-year fixed rate FHA loan, 250 purchase price, 6,000 monthly income, 3.5% down payment. Here's all my disclaimers. You can read all this. This is the same exact scenario with 3 different credit scores. So people like to ask, can I buy a house with a 580 credit score? Yeah, maybe. But look at this. So 740 credit score, 640 credit score, 580 credit score. So the minimum credit score to be able to use a 3.5% down payment loan through FHA is 580. But when you price a loan with a 580 credit score, you get bad pricing. So here's the pricing at 740. And again, I'll talk a lot about points. These over here, these are points. This is the associated dollar amount in as a charge. So this person with a 740 credit score could get a 6.625 interest rate and receive $24 as a credit. So essentially, this is what they qualify for, yeah, for free. They don't have to pay to qualify. They get a little tiny credit. So the 740 person qualifies for a 6.625. You can drop 100 points, go all the way down to 640, and instead of that 6.625 being the tiny credit, now we're one mark up. We're an eighth higher. Is 6.75 gets, yeah, you get the 6.75 for a tiny charge, right? So it costs you $31, or you get $31. You get a credit for $31 for accepting a 6.75 interest rate in this scenario. So it moved from 6.625 to 6.75. Very, very similar. Now move over here, go from a 640 credit score to a 580. Now there's not even an interest rate on the chart, and this was just a portion of the chart. I cut this out to show you this is where you see the biggest differences. So we moved down one interest rate on the chart from dropping this 100 points. 6.625 is what I would quote as a par rate. 6.75 is what I would quote as the par rate for 640. Over here at the 580 credit score, there's not even a rate on this chart that doesn't cost you a significant amount of money. I couldn't quote this person in this scenario. The highest rate I have to offer costs somebody over $2,800. You would have to pay $2,800 as a fee to even get a 7.25 interest rate. So yeah, technically, if I could get an approval, 580 is the minimum, but look how bad the pricing gets. So it's not simple answers of, can I qualify with a 580 credit score? Maybe, but you better have some money, because your pricing is going to be terrible. The pricing does not like 580 credit scores. Now, and you can see this is an actual, for this scenario through this lender that I'm pricing this with. These are real numbers as of today in this time. It's bad. This difference is kind of surprising to me. I don't think I've done a comparison of a 740 to a 640 directly. That's 100-point different, and it only dropped the rate 1/8 for a very, very similar charge. It's basically the same. This person would only get an eighth better interest rate for the same credit as this person. So 6.625 in this scenario, 6.75 in this scenario, and off the chart in this scenario. You can't get something that doesn't cost you a bunch of money. Anything I quote for a person with a 580 is going to cost them thousands of dollars in this scenario. So huge difference in a 580 and a 640, and there would be, yeah, I could put different ones in here. I could do I could price a 600 and a 620, which would probably be a great comparison to see uh, how it changes along the way. But you can see there's a massive difference between 580 and 640 and the pricing that you get. And these are all interest rates. I can't quote, I mean, I guess I could put APRs for each and every one of these, but they would be situation specific. So this is not an advertisement for interest rates. This is just a uh, uh, display of how the interest rates change and the pricing changes for different credit scores.